For a moment, I'd like you to picture yourself at a quiet, peaceful, and vibrant field, with the sounds of cockatoos and kookaburras chirping in the still air. You walk to the top of a hill and look out onto an expansive array of crops and livestock, the scene glistening with life in its green and brown canvas. You think to yourself that you'd love to have a farm like this to call your own one day. A farm that would sustain a community and your own family for years to come. You casually walk through the plowed fields, and as you look around, you smile, knowing that with the right amount of water, sunlight, and a bit of luck, the future for this farm is unlimited. It is with this spirit of the visionary on the farm that we at the Lambda Omega chapter have looked at our future. We know that, just like caring for a farm, the correct foundation and investment in our communities can lead to exponential and unlimited growth for years to come. My name is Jason, the Sponsorships Director for Lambda Omega.
And I'm Lachlan, a member of the Communications Subcommittee.
And together, we'll be presenting to you how Lambda Omega has invested in its future through investing in its communities in 2020.
Our chapter fosters the growth of our farm in 3 stages. Stage 1 is plowing the fields, which involves BAP USID's internal community and new members becoming aware of their potential within the community. After that comes stage 2, water and sunlight for the seeds. This involves utilising our engaging programs to prepare and enrich our participants for their future role in the community. And finally, we arrive at stage 3, collecting the fruits of the field. At BAP USID, the evidence for our success is found in the high quality of our alumni and the skills developed within our members.
At Lambda Omega chapter, we recognise that BAP's key goal when engaging with its community is to leave it better than how we found it. Our core principle of community advancement and progress is what allows us to consistently invest in our future. By fostering a future-aware and professional member base, developing their interactions and awareness of their wider community, and in continuing our engagement with our alumni, Lambda Omega chapter effectively plows the fields, waters the seeds, and collects the fruits of an expansive and healthy farm built on our foundation of community.
When students join BAP, we make them aware of what's possible in the future and what the problems the world is looking at solutions for. Practically speaking, we reach out to our internal community through chapter initiatives such as our digital newsletter and our BAP info bursts. Preparing our members to become productive members of the community is much like preparing the fields to grow healthy, sustainable crops. Our weekly newsletter informs members of the philosophy and operations of BAP USID. This allows members to become actively engaged in events that interest them and forms a strong, educated member base. There are currently 449 subscribers to our digital newsletter. BAP InfoBurst is another initiative of our chapter that uses social network platforms to keep our community educated on interesting current events.
One of our key events for 2020 was the Pen Pals initiative. Lambda Omega teamed up with a Sydney-based senior care provider to help some of the community's most vulnerable members during the COVID-19 crisis. Our students were invited to draft their own personalised letter to a senior living in the retirement home. As our students were made aware, often these seniors had no family and no outside correspondence with the real world, and particularly during COVID, spent their days in near total isolation. Participants first heard the story of a young man who tragically lost his own grandmother in the care house, and how he would often communicate to her via letters. Following this, our students were encouraged to write their own letter of introduction and encouragement to an individual in the senior's home. Although abounding with challenges, such as shifting the event to online at a short notice and coordinating with multiple stakeholders, Lambda Omega displayed its prowess in adaptability to change and generated a successful event outcome. One of the greatest solutions we engineered was to collaborate with the senior care home to develop a digital submission form for our students' messages, which would then be transcribed onto a physical card for the seniors to receive.
With over 52 event respondees on Facebook and over 1,600 people reached, this initiative, being our first ever online event, provided a promising start to a challenging year. But more importantly, we achieved a huge investment into our community. The lives of dozens of seniors living in isolation in our community were made just that little bit better. This is especially relevant as 46% of Australians aged 16 to 85 experience a mental health disorder during their lifetime. Increasing awareness and understanding of this social issue is a highly relevant investment in the mental well-being of our community and firmly solidifies its position as an investment into the future of BAP. As well as this, events such as Pen Pals contribute directly to the development of soft skills of our members, some of the most sought after graduate skills by the world's biggest employers. By developing empathy, communication, and relationship building through events such as these, we not only better prepare our students for the workplace, but also to become model citizens, embodying community service and leading social change for years to come. We strongly encourage all chapters to adopt this program similar to Pen Pals as a way of reinforcing community engagement, simply by reaching out to local nursing homes and retirement villages. This program can also be expanded to other groups that are at risk of loneliness, such as people with disabilities or other special needs. Overall, our Pen Pals initiative constitutes a best practice as it provides the perfect combination of community input and future-ready skills. With this new style of program, our chapter is synthesizing personal investment in the future and community investment.
Essentially, we believe that communities are exponential agents for good. One such example is our incredible alumni network, who, by entering the workforce across a variety of fields and specialties, not only continue to impact more and more external communities, but also their home community here at the University of Sydney. This is where the exponential positive effects of communities are most profoundly felt and witnessed. Additionally, by creating programs such as the Pen Pals initiative, Lambda Omega has acted to develop a community at the forefront of the changing global landscape, ready to tackle the challenges of tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, every community touched by our members will be better off for their presence and contribution. The exponential effects of these community engagements are yet to be seen, but we are confident they will be some of the greatest our society has ever witnessed.